Every action creates a reaction. Every cause generates an effect. Every seed you plant determines what you harvest. Welcome to our exploration of the fifth Hermetic principle, the law of cause and effect, one of the most powerful esoteric laws for modern life that govern everything from your daily choices to your ultimate destiny. In our journey through the Hermetic principles, we've explored how your inner world creates your outer reality through the law of correspondence, how everything exists as vibrating energy through the law of vibration, how opposites are the same energy at different degrees through the law of polarity, and how everything moves in cycles through the law of rhythm. Today, we examine perhaps the most consequential principle of all, one that reveals how you are simultaneously the creator and the creation of your life circumstances. This spiritual wisdom that will change your life shows that nothing happens by chance or accident. Everything occurs according to law. The law of cause and effect states every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for law not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. This principle is clearly visible in the physical world. Drop a stone in water, ripples form. Plant a seed, a specific plant grows. Apply heat to metal, it expands. These are not random occurrences, but predictable effects from specific causes. The natural world also operates according to this same principle. Weather patterns affect migration. Predator populations influence prey populations. Geological forces create mountains and valleys. Everything in the physical universe exists as both cause and effect in an endless chain of causation. It is there for those with the eyes to see. Human history itself demonstrates this principle. Great social movements arise from specific conditions. Technological innovations create social transformations. Wars lead to geopolitical restructuring. What appears as random chance from a limited perspective reveals itself as cause and effect when viewed more broadly. Beyond the physical realm, this ancient frequency wisdom reveals that your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs function as causes that generate corresponding effects in your experience. So, when you think about it, your mind is a causal force. When you think consistently about specific goals, you notice opportunities related to those goals. When you believe something is possible, you take actions that make it possible. When you expect certain outcomes, you unconsciously create the conditions for those outcomes. Science has documented this through phenomena like the placebo effect, where belief in a treatment creates measurable physical healing, even when the treatment contains no active ingredients. This isn't imagination, but spiritual physics revealed through scientific observation. Similarly, your emotional state generates corresponding effects. Feelings of lack create scarcity experiences. Feelings of appreciation create abundance experiences. This is practical cause and effect operating through your nervous system, hormones, and behavior. The life-changing spiritual insight of this principle is that causation operates across multiple planes. Physical causes create physical effects. Mental causes create mental effects. But there is an interesting caveat. Higher planes can override lower planes. But what does this mean? Well, it means your thoughts, mental planes, can override physical conditions. Your spiritual awareness, spiritual plane, can override mental limitations. The higher the plane of causation you operate from, the greater your power to influence your reality. Most people live reactively, responding to effects as if they were causes. They feel helpless against circumstances, not realizing they have access to higher planes of causation that can transform those very circumstances. When you understand these wisdom teachings for personal evolution, you shift from being a pawn moved by external forces to becoming a conscious cause in your own right, a creator rather than a creation. Many spiritual traditions teach the concept of karma, the idea that your actions create future consequences that return to you. This isn't punishment or reward, but the natural operation of cause and effect across time. Just as a farmer who plants corn cannot harvest wheat, your actions plant seeds that grow into corresponding experiences. This principle operates with perfect precision, though the timing of effects may not always be immediate or obvious. The empowering aspect of this understanding is that you can create new causes at any moment. No matter what effects you're currently experiencing from past causes, you can plant new seeds that will yield different future harvests. This isn't about blame or shame for past choices, but about recognizing your power in the present moment to initiate new causal chains that lead to different outcomes. This energy mastery practice allows you to transcend patterns that might otherwise appear fixed or fated. Here's how to apply the law of cause and effect in your daily life. First, recognize your role as cause rather than effect. When faced with any circumstance, ask, how might I be contributing to this situation? This shifts you from victim to creator consciousness. Second, become a student of causation. Start tracking the relationships between your thoughts, feelings, actions, and your experiences. Notice patterns and connections that reveal how you're creating your reality. Third, set conscious causes. Rather than focusing on effects, the things you want, focus on becoming the cause of those effects. Want more love? Become more loving. Want more success? Create more value. Want more peace? Cultivate inner calm. Fourth, practice mental gardening. Consistently plant thought seeds aligned with your desired reality while weeding out thoughts that create unwanted effects. Your mind is fertile soil. Be intentional about what you grow there. Fifth, interrupt negative causal chains. When you notice yourself initiating causes that lead to unwanted effects, consciously choose different actions. This requires mindfulness and willingness to break habitual patterns. For the sake of illustration, let us consider Michael's story. For years, he struggled financially, always seeming to end up with more month than money, despite working hard. He blamed the economy, his employer, and his background, seeing himself as the effect of external causes. After learning about the law of cause and effect, Michael began examining his relationship with money. He discovered that he harbored deep beliefs about money being scarce and difficult to obtain, beliefs that generated corresponding behaviors like avoiding financial planning, making impulsive purchases, and undervaluing his services. Instead of focusing on the effects, lack of money, Michael addressed the causes. He established new financial habits, challenged his limiting beliefs, and began providing more value in his work. He recognized that while his past choices had created his current reality, new choices could create a different future. Within 18 months, Michael's financial situation transformed completely, not through luck or magical thinking, but through the consistent application of new causes that generated new effects. Working with the spiritual physics revealed through the law of cause and effect, he became the conscious creator of his financial reality. That is how he made a difference. Let's end with a practice to develop your cause-effect awareness. Causal chain meditation. 1. Find a comfortable seated position and close your eyes. 2. Think of a current situation in your life you'd like to change. 3. Trace this situation backwards, identifying the chain of causes that created it. 4. Notice your role in this causal chain without judgment. 5. Now visualize initiating new causes that would create your desired effect. 6. See these new causes rippling forward through time, generating new effects. 7. Commit to one specific causal action you'll take today. 8. Feel gratitude for your power to initiate new causes at any moment. This practice strengthens your identity as a conscious cause rather than a helpless effect, empowering you to create new realities through deliberate choice. The law of cause and effect reveals that nothing happens by chance. Everything occurs according to immutable principles. This life-changing spiritual insight liberates you from feeling like a victim of circumstances and empowers you to become the conscious creator of your experience. The key lesson here is that you are always causing something. The question is whether you're doing so consciously or unconsciously. When you understand that your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions are constantly generating effects, you gain unprecedented power to shape your reality. In our next video, we'll explore the law of gender, how masculine and feminine principles operate in all things, and how understanding these complementary energies creates wholeness and creativity. If these soul-shifting spiritual concepts resonate with you, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the continuing journey through all 7 Hermetic principles. Share in the comments how you've experienced the law of cause and effect in your own life, or which area you're excited to apply this principle to first. Until next time, may you wield the power of cause and effect with wisdom, creating a life of beauty, purpose, and fulfillment through your conscious choices.